here I am in the kitchen of our house. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. Making some tea. I like this yellow label Lipton tea that they have here. I always liked that when I was here. So making some iced tea. Actually, it's kind of interesting. We had this one little refrigerator that bought for my wife back after we first met, like 11 years ago. And they've still been using that for all this time. And so we finally, the other day, where are we at? Right here. I'm looking at the reflection of the stairs. I thought, man, do I have the camera pointing the wrong way? Yeah, got a new refrigerator the other day with a nice freezer section. We can make some ice, which I love. So I'm making my tea. We've got plenty of ice now. Have some iced tea. Here, got a dining area over here. Got a nice island. But have still need to get the railings and stuff on the stairs painted. It's one of our little projects we still have left. And I'm gonna climb up to the roof here. And as my wife says, we'll stay in shape climbing up and down our steps here. She doesn't want me to show the chandelier. It's got too many cobwebs in it right now. But what I wanted to make a video about dose was the fact that you can't be a control freak and be married to a Filipina. I mean, you can be. That's the way some guys are. They are just control freaks. You see some of these guys on YouTube who want to tell you when you move over here, you move over here. She's protecting my bar for me until I move over here. But they'll tell you how you have to keep an iron fist, control of everything. And I understand some of that stuff. Especially if you come over here, you got a couple $1,000s a month to live on, and then you meet somebody and get involved with them, and maybe end up getting married. A lot of guys, of course, will say, why would you get married at all anyways? Keep your freedom. And nice being over here. But you need to be in charge of things and in control of everything. Make sure every little budget item is taken care of and things don't get out of control, or you're going to lose all your money. Which is certainly the truth, But there's a lot of things, really. You get married to someone over here. It's like with me here. We're here surrounded by, back in here behind us, all kinds of people, my wife's family, cousins, in-laws, people, like my wife's father's, has a couple of his siblings that still live around here, and things like that. And up and down the street here, the little stores here where my wife and her family have known all these people for years, and you need something, they know who to call to get something. I want this for my lunch today, or we need to get some of this or some of that. They know who to talk to, who to call and get the best deals and everything. But as an American guy, especially if you're an American guy and you get married to somebody who's a whole lot younger than you, I mean, for a lot of guys, of course, they'll think that's the reason why you have to be in control of everything. It's like, a British expat in the Philippines. That was the way he talked about things all the time. You gotta treat these women over here like they're little children and don't know anything, because they have no clue how things work. They don't know how money works. They don't know how this works or that works. And so you have to teach them everything and be the one that's in charge. And that's just a really bad attitude if you're married to someone, because first of all, it's supposed to be a partnership, not like you found yourself a little maid or something and somebody to take care of you or whatever, and that's it. Though certainly over here, I'm going to be so spoiled by the time I get back to the States, with my wife here, and my nieces, who are really more like our daughters, taking care of us. Every time I want something, my wife's like, hey, tells one of my nieces to go get it for me or whatever. I'm going to have to learn to do everything for myself again when I go back to the States. It's like one of my friends, or my one niece's friends, asked her, she's like, oh, so is your mom and dad coming home? And she told them, yeah, they're our daughters, basically. And it's kind of nice having them here. Every time I want something, they jump up and get it. But you're over here. I've made videos about this before. You're here in your wife's home. Your wife knows how things work here. Hey. She knows better than you how a lot of things get done around here, and who to call, who to talk to. It's even like when we were building our house, all the people that my wife and her mom do, and all of that, they know who is involved in this stuff and how to get things done. And a lot of guys, they don't want to trust their wife to do things. They want to be in charge, and they bring that attitude with them into marriage, and you just can't do it. Ignore the dirt up there. We have to get that pressure washed. And that's kind of sad. A lot of guys are like that, though. They need to be in control of every little thing, every little decision that's made. I had somebody quoting the Bible to me, basically, on one of my videos one time, telling me how the man is the head of the house and God put him in charge, and the wife is supposed to listen to their guidance. Totally ignoring all the times in the Bible where, the ancient, Jewish patriarchs were told by God specifically to listen to their wife's advice on things, But that's just the attitude some guys have. And that's a self-destructive attitude. It's not going to help you if you're married to a Filipina, because basically, for me, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that I just leave in my wife's hands. When I'm over here, especially, here in the Philippines, my wife and her mom, they know all these different people. If something needs to be done, or we need this or need that, what's the point of me sticking my nose in there and trying to tell them how to do things? And no, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way, just so I can feel like I'm Charles in charge, and I'm the one who just gets to take credit for everything or something, or make myself feel like I'm telling her what to do and she has to take my advice on things. I'm just not one of those people who always feels like I have to be in charge of whatever's going on anyways, I'm more than happy a lot of times to let other people take care of things. That's just not my big ambition in life, is to, be in charge of every single situation that I'm in. I've got other things to think about that are more important to me than being in charge. And for For some guys, though, that's really hard to let go of. And a lot of these guys you hear, bitching about the women and the West and stuff like that. The reason why they couldn't get along with women in the West is because a lot of them, they had that attitude. I'm in charge. You're the subservient woman. You're going to listen to me. And that's why you always hear them whining about, oh, Western women, they don't want to listen. They want to be the one in charge or whatever. Or, basically the idea that a woman should be equal and have her opinions given just as much weight as yours is something that a lot of guys can't handle. For me, I find that, especially if you're over here in another country where, your wife has spent her whole life there growing up. I mean, my wife, of course, has been gone back in the States now for, like over 8 years, like 8.5 years. But still knows everybody here, all these connections with her family and all of that. And between her and her relatives, they know everybody in town. We were over in Cebu actually when we were over there. It's a one tourist spot, and we ran into one of her mom's former students. It's like everywhere they go, it's people, because they all teachers and work in the school system here, and in the municipality and things like that. And what's the point of me coming over here and trying to act like I have to be the one in charge of everything, and no, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way? It would just be stupid. And especially when you're in a place where you don't speak the language or whatever. And I think if you come over here and you try to take control of everything and make sure that you're the one who's in charge, you're going to rub a lot of people the wrong way too, because that arrogance is something people can pick up on pretty easily. Whereas if you're just a nice person and hey, how's it going, and you just want to get along with everybody, and you're content to let your wife handle certain things, you're going to make a lot more friends instead of just being, the American who came over here and wants to have everything his way and treat his wife like a slave, because people don't take kindly to that. And I think, you find a lot more peace too. It's like talking about the language. You hear a lot of people whine about, oh, everybody around me is talking in, Tagalog or Bisaya or whatever the case may be all the time. I don't care. That's funny. When I first got here, we were over in Cebu, and the Airbnb, and my wife was telling all my nieces and stuff, for the next 5 days, it's all speak English, and which, it doesn't bother me. Everybody's sitting around speaking their native tongue. It's actually kind of peaceful, honestly, if everybody's just doing their thing. And if there's something I need to know about, they'll tell me about it, I mean, I catch the drift of most of what's going on a lot of times, but it's, if there's something that's really important for me to know and be involved in, they're all going to tell me what's going on. My wife can sort through all the negotiations and the back and forth about things, and just let me know, okay, here's what we decided we wanted to do or whatever, and what do you think about this? What's your opinion? Is that okay with you? Or what do you want to do? And I don't have to hear every single word of the whole discussion that leads up to that. Here's my wife right now. What's up, dear? She's got her little, she's got her little duster cleaning the aforementioned chandelier now to try and get rid of the cobwebs. But that's my little thought for today. This is our neighborhood here in Commonwealth, Aurora. One interesting thing since I've been here, the first night we got here, last Friday night, we had the power go out for just a little bit. And ever since then, we have had 0 issues with the power, so that's pretty nice. Not like you hear some people talk about out in the Commonwealth or out in the, the provinces where you don't have power every day. So it's not as big a deal around here. Usually no issues with things. It's kind of nice too. I love our toilets that we got in our house. That really nice modern toilets that flush like crazy and stuff like that. So I can't complain about the way things came out. Be a nice place to have for my home base someday down the road. We're going into Aurora later on today. A couple of my nieces still need to go and register for school. They're getting ready to go back to school soon. Go hang out in there. Maybe go to this one little restaurant. They went the last time they were here. Some of the stuff they had looked pretty good. Sandwiches and different stuff, so I wanted to go check that place out. So I guess later we'll go into Aurora and do that. In the meantime, that's that for this video.